Nothing is ours except time. These 4 words from Seneca will shatter everything you think you know about living. Right now, as you watch this video, you're burning through the most valuable currency in existence. But here's the devastating truth that will keep you awake tonight. You're probably throwing it away like garbage. And what I'm about to reveal will either transform your life forever or haunt you with regret. Before I share these life-altering insights that could literally add years to your life and life to your years, I need you to prove you're serious about change. Smash that like button right now, not because I asked, but because you're about to invest the next 25 minutes in wisdom that most people will never discover. Subscribe and ring that notification bell, because what you're about to learn isn't just philosophy. It's a survival guide for the modern world. And trust me, you cannot afford to miss what's coming next. Have you ever wondered how you are spending this extremely valuable resource? Are you really living your priorities? Every single day, we are gifted with exactly 86,400 seconds. That's it. No more, no less. And here's what's terrifying. Once they're gone forever. No refunds, no exchanges, no second chances. And if you stay with me until the very end of this video, I'm going to give you a revolutionary 3-step daily practice that will help you reclaim at least 3 hours of meaningful time every single day. That's over 1,000 hours per year, essentially giving you an extra month of life annually. For when we dedicate our time to things that really matter, the search for knowledge, moments of reflection, strengthening bonds with friends and family, developing significant projects, everything else in our life naturally falls into place. We are all aware, deep down, that life is ephemeral. But it's in those painful farewell moments with loved ones that we truly realize our fragility in the face of existence. In Stoicism, Seneca teaches us something profound. We often think that life is short, when in reality, we waste it. Lucius Annaeus Seneca, Roman statesman and Stoic philosopher, discovered that if we want to live a full life, we must become eternal students of the most important subject of all, life itself. In his essay on the brevity of life, Seneca offers us an urgent reminder about the non-renewable nature of our most important resource, our time. Today, I'm going to share with you 10 deep insights from Seneca about time management that will revolutionize not just how you spend your hours, but how you think about existence itself. Treat time as your most precious commodity. Seneca says, "You will not find anyone willing to share your money, but how many of us share our own life?" People are prudent in keeping their personal goods, but as soon as it comes to wasting time, they are more greedy for the only thing that is right to be petty. This hits like a sledgehammer to the soul. Seneca warns about our negligence in considering the value of time, even though it is unquestionably our most precious and irrecoverable resource. Picture this. You're walking down the street and you see a billionaire throwing $100 bills into the wind. You'd call this person insane, right? However, we daily witness ourselves and others wasting something infinitely more valuable, our time. Here's a brutal exercise that will open your eyes forever. Calculate what each hour of your day is worth. Let's say it's $50 an hour. Now be ruthlessly honest. How many hours do you waste daily? How many hours do you act without clear purpose? Suppose you waste about 3 hours a day on unproductive activities, mindless social media scrolling, feeding your mind with empty information, engaging in meaningless conversations. In a month, these 3 hours daily add up to 90 hours. At $50 per hour, you're literally burning $4,500 every month. Imagine if this money were automatically withdrawn from your bank account every month. Would you accept it passively? Then why are you doing this with your time and not caring? Seneca questions us. Why are you living as if you were destined to live forever, without thinking about your own fragility in the face of life? Time is the only thing we will never be able to return, and the ease with which it can be taken from us is precisely why we must protect it with fierce determination. The power of do it now. If you bet on today's task, you will not need to depend so much on tomorrow. As we postpone, life accelerates. Seneca. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Procrastination isn't just laziness, it's self-sabotage. First comes laziness, then procrastination. The lazy never do what they should do for several reasons, because it's difficult, because it takes time, because they don't feel like it. But procrastinators are different. They simply postpone things. They tell themselves, "Oh, I will definitely do this, but not now. I'll have time at the end of the week." And this applies to most of us. We worry about important tasks. Sometimes we worry so much that anxiety consumes us. So we rationalize procrastination, imagining perfect scenarios in our minds about how our future selves will certainly fulfill these tasks. Remember that revolutionary 3-step practice I promised? We're getting closer, and it directly addresses this procrastination trap that's stealing your life. Seneca reminds us that fortune behaves however it wants. Postponing not only increases the probability of never completing the task, but we're also subject to life's interruptions. We cannot count on having tomorrow to postpone again. If you want to maximize your time, eliminate this phrase from your vocabulary. "I will do this later." Replace it with, "I will do this now." Understand the power of deadlines. Make a simple list of dreams and goals you aspire to achieve and set real, specific deadlines for them to happen. Create the habit of daily reflection. Examine how you've used your time throughout your day. If we don't reserve time, even just 10 minutes daily, to examine ourselves honestly, we're condemned to repeat the same mistakes forever. While we waste time hesitating and procrastinating, life moves on, and it waits for no one. Live life for you. Seneca said, "Do not judge that someone lived a lot because of his wrinkles and white hair. He did not live much. He just existed for a long time." This cuts deep. We all have certain things we want in our lives: a dream job, dream house, dream relationship, dream vacation. But most of us never even get close to achieving many of these things because we're stuck in jobs we can't bear just to pay bills, or with partners we pretend to love because we don't want to be alone. You're being played and influenced by everything coming your way. In today's world, we have stimuli and information constantly at hand. We then deceive ourselves by saying we don't have enough time to try new activities. Being busy is always your choice. Being busy with things you don't like is life's biggest distraction. We routinely go through our lives day after day, showing up for our obligations but being absent for ourselves, confusing doing with being. The best way to invest your time is by creating a life you love to live. If you don't know what you love or want, ask yourself, if I had unlimited time, what would I do? If I could change something about myself right now, what would it be? You might realize you want to change jobs, get in shape, or pursue a new hobby. Another crucial practice for living for yourself is learning to say no. One of the most difficult things in life is saying no. With no comes fear of hurting people we love and the desire to please everyone. But if you're not careful, these are precisely the impositions that will overload and consume your life. Start learning the power of saying, "No, thank you." "No, I won't get involved in this." "No, I can't right now." This might hurt some feelings and distance some people. But the more you say no to things that don't matter, the more you can say yes to things that transform your life. The longer you wait to start making changes, the longer you'll spend your life dealing with other people's priorities instead of your own. Stop living in the future. According to Seneca, he who devotes all his time to his own needs, who plans every day as if it were the last, does not yearn or fear tomorrow. We're all guilty of spending too much time preparing for life instead of living it. Seneca urges us to live in the now. Don't delay your happiness. Don't think your happiness lies in the future. He criticizes those who think they can work diligently until around 60, when they finally retire and can be happy. Our future is uncertain and not under our control. The future life you're working toward may never come. We're so busy worrying about the future that we often let the present escape, allowing time to pass unnoticed and uncontrolled. Then, when we're old and on our deathbeds, we finally realize how short and valuable life truly is. There's the regret of not having enjoyed it as much as we could. To prove this, just read obituaries. Nobody complains about money or lost opportunities. They regret the time that wasn't truly lived. Seneca compares time to a rushing stream that won't always flow. If you were in the middle of a desert, dying of thirst, and found a stream of water, but weren't sure when it would stop flowing, wouldn't you drink as much as possible? Like water, we must use as much of our time as possible to maximize our present. It's worth planning for 30, 40, 50 years and beyond. But don't let future planning steal from you the most precious thing, the present. You can only live one moment at a time, and you can only live it once. So choose to live the moment. Overcome the expectation trap. Postponing things is the greatest waste of life. It takes away every day that comes and denies us the present, promising the future. Seneca. The biggest obstacle to life is expectation. Our need to postpone is most powerful right at the beginning of work. Even when all distractions are eliminated and you're ready to start, your brain still seeks excuses to do something easier. The most difficult challenge is making this initial effort less unpleasant. The key is expectation. This is the gap between short-term impulses and long-term rewards. The reason it's often difficult to start something is that there's no expectation of immediate reward. Sometimes the reward is years away. However, if you associate your work with the expectation of immediate reward, you give yourself a compelling reason to start. For example, if you procrastinate by checking social media, make an agreement with yourself. No social media access until you complete a specific amount of work. This way, you reward completing unpleasant but important work with something immediately gratifying. The wisdom of reflection. Seneca tells us, life is too short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future. For Seneca, time is divided into three parts: the present, which is transient, the future, which is uncertain, and the past, which is unalterable. All modern time management lessons teach us to focus on the present and future, prioritizing what's uncertain and transient. However, Seneca advises us to pay attention to our past. And here's where that powerful three-step daily practice I promised comes into play. It's built on this exact principle of reflection, and it's about to change everything for you. If we want to enrich our existence, we must cultivate enough self-awareness to extract valuable lessons from past experiences, making us more effective in the present. When you truly take time to understand what shaped your character and made you who you are today, it becomes incredibly enlightening. This helps you be fully present and understand the changes occurring within you. It gives you a clear, focused idea of who you are today and who you want to become tomorrow. It helps you take responsibility and ownership of yourself and your actions. Sometimes it's difficult to see how far you've come, especially if you tend to compare yourself to others. But spending time reflecting on your past gives you space to see how far you've traveled in life. Maximize your free time. It is not that we have a short time, but that we waste a lot of it. Life is long enough, and it was given in generous enough measure to allow the realization of the greatest things if its entirety is well invested. Seneca. We all work hard to earn two things: money and free time for leisure activities. We work 8 to 9 hours daily to earn free time, then waste this precious free time on trivial things. Stop wasting the free time you've earned. Even if you love your job, keep working hours to a minimum. You never recover those extra hours. They're gone forever. Most of us eat lunch at our desks. Instead, maximize your lunch break. Read, write, or exercise. If you work in a city, visit a museum or gallery. Start a Stoicism discussion group that meets during lunch. On weekends and evenings, when you have substantial free time, maximize it by meditating, reading, exercising, journaling, or anything that adds real value to your life. If you want to beat mediocrity and start truly living, you must maximize your free time. Eliminate life's trivialities. If such people want to know how short their lives are, they need to reflect how small their own portion is. Seneca. We're all guilty of spending enormous amounts of time on useless things. Today, more than ever, our time is consumed by screens, whether for work or social media, endlessly scrolling through status updates and posting meaningless selfies. playing mobile games with no merit is wasting time you could spend developing useful skills, exercising, or enriching yourself with literature, art, or music. Social media is designed and optimized to consume your time. If people came to you all day asking for $20, you'd tell them to leave. But people constantly approach you personally by phone, email, or text asking for your time, and you simply give it away. Why does your time have less value than your money? Those who constantly say yes to others' requests discover they have no time for themselves, living for others' priorities instead of their own aspirations. Happiness is filling your time with meaningful, beneficial activities aligned with your personal vision of life. Invest time in creating memories. You have been worried while life runs, and death will come, and you have no choice but to make yourself available for it. Seneca. If you give money to a rich person, they'll try to double it by investing where they'll get the highest return. Similarly, we must invest our time wisely, and the best return we can get is by creating new memories and experiences. Seneca tells us that memory is more durable than pain. We spend so much time chasing things that make our short lives even shorter, and when we're old, we regret not having truly lived. Dr. Thomas Gilovich, psychology professor at Cornell University, has studied money and happiness for over 2 decades. He and other researchers found that memories of life experiences, however simple, provide more lasting happiness than material possessions. Memories guide our thoughts, actions, and decisions. They shape who we are. Start creating new memories by taking on new challenges, spending time with people you love, traveling, seeking new opportunities. Buying an amazing phone won't change who you are, but taking time off work for a dream trip certainly will. We are not our possessions. We are the accumulation of everything we've seen, done, and experienced. Invest in philosophy and wisdom. Of all people, only those who are at leisure reserve time for philosophy. Only those who are really alive, because they do not only watch their own lives well, but attach all ages to theirs. All the years that passed before them are added to their own. Seneca. Seneca points to the study of philosophy as the only truly valuable occupation of mind and spirit, an invaluable teacher that helps us learn how to fully inhabit ourselves during this brief, transient period of existence. Philosophy means lover of wisdom. It's the study of truth, virtue, life, and death. Nothing in this world is permanent except truth. The philosopher always seeks to discover truth about how this world works and what our role is within it. Start with books and videos on Stoic philosophy. The knowledge and wisdom they contain are compressed time, and that compressed time expands your own time. School is one thing, education is another. It's your responsibility to educate yourself throughout your life. Here's that revolutionary 3-step daily practice I promised you. Step 1. The evening audit, 5 minutes. Every evening, ask yourself, how did I spend my time today? Be brutally honest. Write down your biggest time wasters. Step 2. The priority declaration, 2 minutes. Each morning, identify your top 3 priorities for the day. Everything else is secondary. Step 3. The hourly check-in, 30 seconds each hour. Set hourly reminders asking, is what I'm doing right now aligned with my priorities? This simple practice will help you reclaim at least 3 hours of meaningful time daily by making you conscious of how you're actually spending your most valuable resource. If this video opened your eyes to how precious your time really is, I need you to take action right now. Smash that like button, not because I asked, but because you just invested 25 minutes of your life in wisdom that could change everything, and that deserves recognition. Leave a comment with this exact phrase, I choose to master my time. This isn't just engagement, it's a commitment to yourself and everyone watching that you're serious about transformation. Share this video with someone who needs this wake-up call. Think about friends, family, or colleagues stuck in the time-wasting trap. You could literally save their life by sharing this ancient wisdom. Subscribe and hit that notification bell, because we're building a community of people who refuse to waste their most precious resource. Every week, I share insights that most people will never discover. Ancient wisdom for modern problems. Come back to this video in 30 days and tell me in the comments how applying these principles transformed your life. I read every comment, and your success story could inspire thousands of others. Remember Seneca's words, "Nothing is ours except time." What will you do with yours? Thank you for watching. And remember, your time is your life. Spend it wisely.